Hello everyone, my name is Rigger and I'm hoping awesome day. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple and easy powdered snow farm for you in your worlds. This farm works for 1.19.41 and all versions of Minecraft and up as far as I know. If you guys are interested, there'll be a full materials list down in the description of the video. And if you guys enjoy this video and it helps y'all, you can always consider hitting the like button and subscribing once more. Helps a lot, I do appreciate it, and let's hop right into it. So today I'm going to show you how to make a simple and easy powdered snow from right here. Now this powdered snow from right here works for Bedrock, and I'm pretty sure it works for Java as well. And then we also have the full AFK version right here, which I'm pretty sure this does not work on Java, just Bedrock Edition right here because of the redstone. It's a little bit different between the both editions. So this one should work on Java Edition. I don't think there's anything that it's different. It's pretty simple design, so it should work on both editions. And then this one right here, that say will not. It will just work on Bedrock Edition for the full AFK version because this right here will keep cycling buckets, so you can go back and forth, and it'll keep giving you buckets. But how the farm works is you go on ahead, you go over here, you fill your inventory up all the way with just one block or one item for each slot, and just have your stack of buckets on you. Go on ahead and hop into the minecart here, flip the lever down, and then go on ahead and just hold down or tap if you're on touch screen, and go ahead and just hold down. You should be able to collect all this powdered snow during when it's snowing, and these cauldrons should fill up quite fast in Bedrock Edition. I know in Java Edition they kind of take a little bit of time to fill up. They'll take a little bit longer, and after you're done with that, you can flip the lever right there and it'll come to a complete stop after you're done AFKing at this farm or collecting all the powdered snow that you want. And then you should be able to get tons of powdered snow. See, we got quite a bit in here already. And then this full AFK version over here makes it to where you'll never run out of buckets. So this is for if you guys want to go ahead, for anyone out there who just wants to go ahead and when it snows, you can come over here, get in the the minecart, go back and forth during the snow, like get as much power snow as you need during the snowstorm or whatever you're doing, like when it's snowing, and then afterward you can go on with your merry day doing whatever whatever else you want in your world. And then this one's for the full AFK version if you're trying to supply perhaps around maybe a server, or maybe you just really want a bunch of powdered snow. You can go on ahead and you can just go back and forth, and then this machine right here will go ahead and keep pumping you out buckets, so it'll go ahead and shoot the buckets into the cobwebs, which will give you some seconds to go back and forth and pick it up. If your slot right here isn't like 16 buckets in here, it's like 14 or 10 or maybe 2 left, because you're going on ahead and you're picking up all this powdered snow right here, and so all the buckets are going to the water stream and down into the collection system and into the chest, and then you're running out of buckets. This thing will constantly refill them, and they won't despawn either after at least like a half a minute or something like that of going out through the cobweb. It'll go on ahead and the hopper will suck it up, and it'll put it into this dropper here and go back up, and it'll keep doing it over and over again. So you can go ahead, you can either do this design or this design. I'll be showing how to install this part in the last part of the video, so stay tuned for that if you want, but I'm going to be showing how to build just this first. So all you need to do, the first thing you need to do to get started with this farm today is make sure you build this farm in a biome where it snows. So even whether it's being up real high in the sky and it's snowing real high in the sky, or you're going and building in a snowy biome or iceberg biome, it does not matter. As long as it snows, that's all that matters. So if it snows, you will get powdered snow. So you should really go ahead and do that. So we go over here in this area, go on ahead, get started by placing 8 blocks. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then go on over here in this area, go place a block right here and a block right here. And then go on over here in these areas and go place 10 blocks right here all the way across, clear to the end right here in this area. Then go ahead and grab your cauldrons and place 8 cauldrons right here. So go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And after you're done with that, going over here, crouch, place a block right here, and then crouch and place a block right here, and then go ahead and grab your stairs and go and place a stair right here and a stair right here. This will make it to where when you're going back and forth and you're right clicking on the cauldrons, if you accidentally get a little bit delayed, perhaps a flag with a cauldron, and the bucket comes out like right here in this area, the stair will most likely go ahead and push it into the water stream because it's kind of diagonal, so it's kind of like a slide. Sometimes there is a super rare chance that might not happen, and if that does, you might have to go ahead and come out and pick it up. But I've only had that ever happen once for testing this farm several times. Only had like one little bucket, so it's extremely rare, but it can happen most of the time. Mostly like 99% of the time, most of your buckets should go into your collection system and you shouldn't lose any. So, and after you're done with that, go ahead and place a temp block, solid block, break that temp block, place a temp block, solid block, break that temp block, then grab your powered rails, your regular rails, and go ahead and place your 2 powered rails on the ends right here, then your regular rails all the way across. and then go ahead and grab your levers. Go ahead and place one right here, and then go ahead and place one right here. Flip that one down, or flip this one down. Either way, just leave one off for now, so you place your minecart right here, and that way that'll be your minecart where you go back and forth, riding back and forth. Also, I do recommend after you're done with this farm, do build a building around it if you're gonna go fully AFK. If you're not gonna go AFK and you're just gonna be here for like the day, you know, you don't need to go and build a building around it if you don't want to. It doesn't matter if the building doesn't have to look pretty or anything. You do like a dirt box you want, just as long as it keeps you alive. And make sure that these cauldrons have direct sky access. If they do not, you saw blocks above the cauldrons. The snow will not be able to get fruit, and there will be no powdered snow in these cauldrons at all. So make sure that it has direct sky access, and you know the parts that the snow's falling right on top of the cauldrons. So make sure that's those have full sky access. And after you've done that, grab your water and your signs, and go ahead and place a sign right here. It doesn't matter how you place it, as long as it's in this block, because you're placing a water source here. And if you don't place the sign right here to waterlog the water source, it will freeze and turn into ice, and then you're gonna have your water stream pushing all your items into the chest, and they're just gonna sit here and just despawn. So make sure you place it here. Doesn't matter if you place it here, doesn't matter if you go ahead and place it here, or if you go ahead and place it here. Just as long as it's in this block, and it's gonna go ahead and get waterlogged, that's all that matters. So it's occupying the block where the water is in, and it cannot turn into ice. And after you're done, go ahead and waterlog that sign right there. It should go all the way to the end if you built the farm correctly. Then go over here and break this block, break these two blocks right here as well. Go and place your double chest right there, and then place a little stair right there. You can also place one right here if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. Just place a stair right there. You can go ahead and you can make it to where you can open your chest, and your powered snow buckets aren't going like super far over and going on top of the chest instead of into the hopper, because sometimes you never know, the hopper might be really, really busy. And then all of a sudden, one's able to get through and put it on top of the chest, and it'll just despawn there. So that's why you put the stair there to stop from doing that, and they'll go into the hopper every time. So after you've done that, go ahead and break that block right there, crouch, place your hopper into the chest. Make sure you hit the side of the chest. That way the nozzle of the hopper, so you've got a little texture pack right there that shows the nozzle of the hopper going into the chest. Just make sure that nozzle right there is going into the chest. That way all the items get filtered in here. If it does not, all the buckets will just sit in the hopper here. And then after 5 buckets, it'll just kind of back up. And then all your stuff will just despawn here. So make sure it's going into the chest. That way all the items get filtered into the chest. And guys, you can make this collection system as big as you want, especially if you're doing the AFK version. That way you can go ahead and get as much space as you want. Go ahead and collect a whole bunch, like double chests of powered snow buckets. And after you're done with that, your farm should be done and all good to go. It's a very simple and easy design. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and you want the AFK version, I'm about to show you that right now. But if you guys are building this in Java Edition or Bedrock and you just wanted the simple and easy powered snow farm, all you're going to do now is just go ahead and just fill your inventory up all the way, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make it to where it goes ahead and it snows. It obviously did command for rain, but it's gonna snow in the snowy biome, and then it should go ahead and snow. And then all you need to go ahead and do is go ahead and, as you can see here at Bedrock Edition, your cauldrons fill up quite fast full of powered snow. As you can see, we already got a couple of layers in there just right away, just sitting here for a second. And then in Java Edition though, it's gonna go a little slower for you, so it's not gonna be as fast in Java Edition. Maybe perhaps it's going and kick back an AFK pod, wait for the cauldrons to fill up in Java Edition, then go ahead and just pick them up, or you can go back and forth in an AFK, and go ahead and just keep doing that. But all you need to go ahead and do now is go ahead and flip this lever down, and then go ahead and hold down with your, right click, or just tap on the screen console if you want. But here, as you can see right there, we go ahead and just collected 2 buckets of powdered snow just by waiting here for a couple of seconds, around 10 to 20 seconds, whatever. And as you can see right there, they're all going to the collection system, and none of them are falling out. As I said before, it's a really rare chance that they'll fall out, and they won't go on ahead and, they won't go into the water stream, so you shouldn't lose any, rates at all. And then, yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and you want to build the fully AFK version, I'm going to show you guys that right now, so I'm going to just clear up the weather right here real quick, and I'm going to show you guys how to install the full AFK version. So, all you have to install it, all you need to go ahead and do is, clear your inventory first, and then go ahead and grab your droppers, and go ahead over here in this area. It doesn't matter if it's on this block or this block, doesn't matter your way, and just go on ahead and just go ahead and place your dropper right here. Make sure the dropper is facing upwards, and then go ahead and crouch and place another dropper on top of that, and then go on ahead and make sure you place another dropper right here in this area as well. And that will make it to where it does a kind of a loop. So we're going to go ahead and go ahead and crouch right here and place a hopper facing into that dropper. That way, when it goes on and shoots out the buckets, it'll go into the cobweb. It'll sit there for, who knows, about 5 or 10 seconds. And then it'll go and get sucked by the hopper again, and it'll go for the dropper, which will shoot up here, and here, and continue an endless loop. That way your buckets never despawn. You don't lose them or anything like that, just because you didn't pick them up, because the bucket, these cauldrons right here are taking some time They go ahead and fill up, and then go ahead and crouch and place your cobweb here. Cobwebs should be pretty easy for you guys to find. They should be in the library strongholds. They can be going on be in abandoned villages. They could be in mine shafts, most commonly found in mine shafts. Abandoned villages could be kind of rare at both editions some days. It used to be very common in Bedrock Edition, but not so much anymore as far as I know. And then also go over here in this area. Go ahead and count 1, 2, 3. Place a blocker here, 10 blocker here, blocker here, blocker here. Break that metal block right there. Then go and grab your lever, your redstone torch, and your repeater. Going on over here in this area, go on and place your redstone torch here. Place your lever right here. Place your repeater right here facing this way. Don't mess with any of the ticks. Make sure the redstone torch is facing like it's on the side of this block, not like on the grass. And make sure the lever is on the side of the block as well. And then go ahead and grab your redstone and go ahead and place redstone right there. And that should make your redstone clock. And it should go back and forth, just blinking. And then go ahead and just turn it off temporary time. That way you can go ahead and get the rest of it put together. Then go ahead and place this right here, redstone right here. Glass right here, and on crouch, place glass right here, and then go over here and place redstone here, here, and here. And that should go ahead and power all of your dispensers, and then go ahead and grab as many buckets as you want. So go ahead around here in this area, grab yourself some buckets right here. It's as many as you want, or you can get right now. I know not everyone out there has like a ton of iron. You guys might be building this kind of in the mid game or early game. You might be building in the end game. Either way, grab as many buckets as you can spare and go ahead and put them in these droppers right here. Also, by the way, the reason why we're doing droppers is because they're cheaper. You know, they're on redstone like 7 cobblestone, something like that, or 8. And if you compare it to like, you know, dispensers being a bow, redstone, and cobblestones, the droppers are just way cheaper than a day, and they work perfectly fine. So that's what we do. You can probably use dispensers you want. I think they'll work with the dispensers you guys want to. If you have some spare ones in your redstone chest, I think they might work. Don't quote me on it. But we just do droppers because they work and they're pretty cheap. So then after you're done that, filling the dropper up with the buckets, you can go ahead and you can turn this on right here. And as you can see, it's going to dispense the buckets, and it's going to take about 5 or 10 seconds going through the cobweb, which gives you enough time to go on ahead and pick it up if your inventory is getting a little low. So for instance, I'll go over here in this area. I can go ahead and go into survival real quick, and because if I'm in creative mode, it'll suck up the buckets no matter what, because if in the inventory. Then you can go on over here and you can flip out on this lever right here. We go ahead and we can go ahead and just pick up this powdered snow right here in this area. And as you can see, it's going to refill our buckets. As you see, it was 15, and now it's officially gone ahead and it's gone to 16 again. And then you can go ahead and when it comes back around, you go ahead and just flip this lever, and that should go ahead and turn it off. So this keep going back and forth. And then you can go ahead and you can flip this lever down right here, and that will turn off the machine. And then the rest of this should go into the hopper and keep rotating when you turn it back on. And that way you'll never have your buckets despawn. And after that, your farm should be done and all good to go. And you should get tons of powered stuff. Make sure you build this in a biome where it snows, whether it be a snowy biome or just really high in the sky where it snows. And make sure if you want to set the fully AFK building area, fully AFK farm, make sure you go ahead and build a building around it. Very important that you do that. That way you don't go ahead and die. Make sure you have direct sky access over your cauldrons, and you should be all good to go and get tons of powered snow. I hope you guys did enjoy and build this farming world. If you guys did, don't forget to consider hitting the like button and subscribe once more. Helps a lot. Do appreciate it. And have an awesome day, everyone.